on with y'all? It's your boy NeohXO, bringing you guys another Boruto chapter review. This time I'm going to be reviewing Boruto chapter 50, and we got a lot of information in this chapter, and we got a lot of stuff to get into, so let's get straight into it. So basically the chapter begins with Isshiki going full force straight for Boruto, and we see the extreme speed of this character. Isshiki is very speedy. He basically blitzes in, grabs Boruto, and then he disappears before Naruto's eyes, and he's that fast that Naruto didn't catch him before he got to Boruto, which is insane because we know how fast Sasuke and Naruto are that they couldn't get to him in time. He ends up floating into the air holding Boruto, but then Sasuke actually saves him, and we see Sasuke try to do a Chidori. Again, showing the extreme speed feats of Isshiki. We know how fast Sasuke can pull off a Chidori, and Isshiki basically grabs Sasuke's arm before Sasuke can even do anything about it, pretty much. Like, Sasuke basically tried to do the same thing that he did to Naruto in the final valley fight, where he basically has the Chidori in his hands, and he basically, I remember from that fight, he hit Naruto straight into the water. That's one of the most iconic scenes in Naruto, so you guys probably know what I'm talking about. But he tries to do the same thing here with Isshiki, but Isshiki grabs his hand before he has time to contact, and then Isshiki counters with a kick. This sends Sasuke pretty much flying, and that's crazy because we know how strong Sasuke is, and I don't know how I feel about this because Sasuke is so strong and Isshiki was able to do this. I just don't understand how a character can be as powerful as Isshiki, because as you guys know, Sasuke is a very strong character. He is a god level character, and Isshiki was able to kick him to the point where he flies into the ground, like literally creating a crater with just one kick. Now, when Naruto sees this, he basically is telling Boruto, he's like, Boruto, you gotta go because you're gonna get killed. Like, after he seen Sasuke get kicked into the ground like that, he was like, okay, this guy is the real deal. Now, obviously they already knew Isshiki was the real deal, but this kind of solidifies it in face value, like straight in front of you, like, nah, Boruto gotta get out of here. But we know, as I said in one of my other videos, this manga is called Boruto. It's not called Naruto and Sasuke. So we see Boruto is gonna stay at the fight. We then cut over to Kawaki, and Kawaki's having like some PTSD because, you know, his life hasn't been that good, and it's showing like Jigen telling him that he's pretty much worthless without the karma, but since he's getting the karma, he's going to have some worth to his life. Now, we know the karma, the only reason Jigen or Isshiki wanted to put the karma on him was because he wants to pretty much resurrect through the karma. Now, Kawaki is basically getting filled in about Naruto and Sasuke and Boruto fighting, and he's basically saying, like, he's basically coming to the realization that it's only a matter of time before he's not safe anymore. And we know this to be the case because we have already seen Kawaki have the karma in the future. As seen in chapter 1, he's going to have the karma in the future. So we know this isn't going to be the fight that kills Isshiki or anything like that. Now, it's a very low possibility that Kawaki got the karma seal that we see in chapter 1 from somebody else, but I highly doubt it. For the most part, I really think it's gonna have to be from Isshiki. That's what I'm just thinking. I think that's what the majority of people reading this is probably gonna think too. It's gonna come from Isshiki. Now, back to the fight with Isshiki and Naruto. Naruto is basically going hard at Isshiki. He's hitting Isshiki. He's getting some type of damage off. Like, we can definitely see Naruto is doing some damage. We see Boruto's happy. He's like, yeah. It reminds me a lot about the Momoshiki fight versus Naruto, Sasuke, and Boruto. You know, Boruto is kind of on the sideline, ready to attack, but for the most part, just staying out of the way. Because if Boruto were to get in the way, he would just be in the way because he's not as powerful as Naruto and Sasuke. So the best thing for him to do is kind of be there as reinforcements. But then something surprised me. Isshiki started like actually fighting back hard against Naruto and Sasuke again, because I was thinking that he wasn't going to be able to do what he did last time, which he didn't. But at the same time, he's still not really breaking a sweat. He's not really going all out. We see Naruto in Kurama mode, and Sasuke hasn't whipped out his Susanoo yet. I'm not really sure why he didn't want to go straight for the Susanoo. I really don't know why. I guess they're just preserving some of their chakra for now. Then we see a new technique from Jigen, or Isshiki, I should actually call him. So from now, I'm just going to be calling him Isshiki because that's his true identity. Isshiki basically comes out with this new technique. Now, we haven't seen this technique before ever. It kind of reminds me of the rods of pain. I'm assuming it's made out of the same type of material, but instead of rods, it's these humongous cubes. Now, he attempts to drop these on Naruto and Sasuke. Of course, if they would have hit, Naruto and Sasuke would have been toast. But Naruto and Sasuke have so much combat experience that they were able to dodge this. And pretty much the only thing that got damaged from this was Naruto's shadow clones, but their physical bodies, Naruto and Sasuke, made it out of this attack alive. So I'm very happy for that, because like that would not have been good if they got hit by that, because it was a very powerful technique. Now, one of the things that I do want to talk about in this chapter is the fact that Naruto and Sasuke really are having a hard time. For example, Sasuke uses his sword, and we know Sasuke is a very skilled sword fighter. And the thing is, Isshiki has that shrinking jutsu, and he basically shrinks Sasuke's sword, takes it, and tries to stab Sasuke with it. But then Boruto comes in and tries to pretty much save his sensei. And the reason he was able to do this is because Boruto had an idea in his head, and he didn't think Isshiki can kill him. Now, this is where I want to get a little theory going in my head. I believe that the reason that Isshiki cannot kill Boruto is due to the fact that Otsutsuki clan members are not allowed to kill other clan members. For example, the reason Isshiki was caught so off guard by Kaguya is because that's not supposed to happen. Kaguya was not supposed to attack Isshiki because it's against the law of their clan. We see this in the Boruto anime whenever Isshiki went over to the moon and he sealed away Tsunade. And he says pretty much we're not allowed to kill other Otsutsuki clan members. And it seems like Boruto came to the realization and he put his life in danger to save Sasuke. Now, the interaction between Boruto and Sasuke is really cool. I like the fact that Boruto and Sasuke have a good relationship, because we know in the past Sasuke has not had good relationships with many people. So the fact that Sasuke is opening up to Boruto, and Boruto and him are establishing a connection of, master and student, I really like that. Now, Naruto as the Hokage, he's definitely not going to want to lose, especially he's not going to want to lose in front of his son. So in the next chapter, I'm really curious to see what actually takes place. This chapter was pretty cool. Really, it was just a fight chapter, and I feel like once this is animated, the Boruto anime will get a lot more respect put on it, because this is a fight of gods, honestly. They have shadow clones going everywhere. They have Isshiki, who's super powerful, but to be honest with you guys, in this chapter, Isshiki doesn't look like he was going to get defeated in this chapter the way things are going. But I know Naruto and Sasuke are hopefully going to pull through, and we see that they're learning new information. So they're now learning that Boruto is not going to be killed by Isshiki. So that's very vital information that they're going to use to their advantage, obviously. So another thing is Boruto's karma cell is pretty far progressed. It's about 70 to 80% progressed, and that's very close to 100%. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with that. The fact that this has progressed so much, it's telling me that Momoshiki is going to make an appearance soon. So keep that in the back of you guys' heads in the upcoming chapters. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave me a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. As always, it's been your boy NeohXO, and I'm out.